Welcome to Think 3 Approach Eye Anatomy. Today we are looking at the anatomy of the lens. The lens is very, very important uh, in helping us to see. It contributes to the refractive power of the eye, approximately doing about 1/3, while the cornea takes about 2/3 of the refractive power of the eye. It's a transparent biconvex structure. You can see it the way it's shaped, biconvex, the surfaces, convex surfaces, the two. So when it's a bi, it means both sides, both the anterior and the posterior. The surfaces are convex. And that is what we're talking about. And it's transparent. The diameter measures about 10 millimeters in the adult, about 10 millimeters. And it's about 4 millimeters thick. And that is about the lens. We know where the lens is, and I don't want to belabor. This just to remind us of what the lens is. When you look at the lens, it has 3 parts. Think three parts. You might look at it as a very complex thing, but it's not. It's 3 parts. That's a capsule, which is the outermost layer, capsule. And then the next layer is the cortex. So we have the capsule, the cortex, and then we have the nucleus. So these are the three layers that we have as far as the 3 big layers. We have the capsule, we have the next layer, the next inner layer is the cortex, then the innermost layer, the nucleus. So think 3, we have 3 layers, main layers. The other details you can now fill in. You need to just tease out that there are 3 big layers, and then after that you can tease out and go deeper. Now, so if you take the innermost layer, which is the nucleus, it's further about three layers again. So we have the innermost of that is the embryonic, followed by the fetal. The embryonic, fetal, and then you come to the adult. So at least it goes in that order. So the innermost is the embryonic, the next layer is fetal, then the next layer the adult nucleus. So you can subdivide the nucleus into what? 3 parts. So think 3. This can also be done. And so that is all. Then what I'll add to this is that, at the innermost part of the inner side of the capsule, the inner side of the capsule is an addition I'm bringing in. The inner part of the capsule, we have a layer of cells in there. The layer of cells, this layer of cell, we call it the lens epithelium. They form the lens epithelium. And these cells, we don't find them at the posterior side. They are only at the anterior side. And but there is always an activity here by these epithelial cells. There's this mitotic activity that can take place here. And as they take place, they keep dividing and they keep shifting. So they keep migrating and elongating along this side. And that happens throughout life. And that brings about the enlargement of the lens as we grow. And so remember that the activity is usually around the equator. And then from there, they migrate and elongate along the inner side of the anterior surface. The anterior surface of the capsule. We are talking about the inner side of it. But we are talking about the anterior side of the lens. But then it's the inner side of the capsule. And so they elongate this way. And then this whole lens too is connected to the ciliary bodies. The ciliary body, we have the zonals. These are acellular fibers that connect it. They connect at the equator. The equator here is, then you have the zonals that connect them. The ciliary bodies or the ciliary processes of the ciliary body. And that is how what called the suspensory ligaments, they anchors it that way. And so, and I said that's all we have for the lens. So remember, think 3 approach: capsule, cortex, nucleus. And then the nucleus can also be subdivided to what? Embryonic, fetal, and what? Adult. So that is all, a detailed one. Then we have the inner side of the capsule. We have a layer of cells there, and the mitotic activity is mainly at the equator. It migrates and also elongates, and it helps in the increase of the size of the capsule. The whole length get increased by that. So this is the inner, this is the anterior surface of the lens, and this is the posterior surface of the lens. So when it's only the anterior surface of the lens, that's where we have the inner side of the capsule having the lens epithelium, which is not present at the posterior part. Thank you for watching.